That's going to be the intro music for this podcast, just so you
It's
know.
so awful.
Hey, I think it fits this podcast quite fittingly. Um,
Good.
very aligned with the theme. But
Heck
hey,
yeah.
welcome to the very first podcast that still does not have a title yet. My name is Matt. Obviously, that's why you're here. And I'm here today sitting with my very first guest, my very dear friend, the love of my life, Lucas Cabantac. Thanks for
Oh,
being a guinea
yo.
pig on my podcast.
Hey, you know what? I'm always willing to try new things. That's kind of what we're here for, right?
I guess in terms of why I wanted to do this in the first place, like it was back during it's like a really random story. It was back during Star Wars's episode 8 press run, and I was just watching a bunch of random interviews of like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley. And while watching these, like despite them having just like prepared responses, like the other half of it was like, oh, like people genuinely like talking about themselves, especially like just random topics.
Hmm.
And when I was listening to these interviews, I kind of realized, there aren't many opportunities for people to talk about themselves in a similar fashion. And I figured, oh, if I did like a podcast or like an interview series, then I could like just focus on like all the cool people in my life and highlight all those people that I've been touched by, physically and emotionally. And so I
Yeah, definitely
figured,
fill all those voids for you there, if you know
yeah,
what I mean.
exactly. Figured, the world could definitely use one more podcast. So might as well just start something from my side and see how it goes.
I'm excited. Hey, thanks for having me here. I'm thrilled to be here.
No problem. So yeah, given that we've already iterated for like the millionth time at this point, this is the very first podcast. It still does not have a title, and I figured the very first thing we could do is just run through a few ideas that I had. Want to get your initial gut response on what really resonates, what doesn't sound so catchy, and then I guess just go from there.
Sure, sounds good to me. Let's run through it.
Hell yeah. I start off with like the top three ideas,
Okay.
amongst a litany of other ones. So the first one I got is Smatterings with Matt Marquez, a lighthearted podcast capturing all of our ramblings on topics that none of us really know about. Merriam-Webster defines it as speaking with spotty or superficial knowledge, which I think applies to about 68% of our day-to-day conversations.
68, very specific.
Yeah, I measured it through
Nice.
very rigorous A/B testing.
Oh, perfect.
Because that's the first one, Smatterings with Matt Marquez. Want play around with the alliteration of Matt and Smatter. Um,
Yes,
the
matter like
second
that.
idea, I think it's more in line with like the initial reason why I wanted to start a podcast. This idea is
Hmm.
the kids my parents wanted. A podcast series dedicated to all the cool people in my life that my folks would have wanted to raise instead.
Shoot, those are both good. Okay, let's
Yeah.
hear the other one.
And like I really enjoy self-deprecating humor, and I think that also very aligns with me and the whole spirit of this thing.
Yeah, definitely. Us.
And yeah, it's like a long-running joke that I have with my folks, where growing up, especially from a Filipino family,
Yep.
you're kind of like put on this course in terms of I guess acceptable professions, whether you're a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, the list goes on
Nurse.
and on. Nurse, yeah,
Yeah,
especially nurse.
nurse.
And so,
Gotcha.
like, at this point in my life, being 27, I'm friends with all these people that kind of pursue these paths just out of their own passions. And like jokingly, whenever I'm connecting with my mom, like, oh, hey, so I was talking with Lucas, I was talking with Joseph, the kid that you wish you had, and like, here's what's going on their side.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, there's that second idea. And then the last one is On the Record, a podcast series diving into all things music, how it has influenced our past and how it inspires our futures. Now, this one's definitely a
aw.
little bit more niche, but it could also pave the direction of how this podcast could actually run.
Yeah, that third one is when you said it for the first time, it sounds really wholesome. Like it could, you got a family in the car driving to Yosemite for the weekend, listening to some jams by two guys that don't know what they're doing. You know,
Which, I also think that applies to many podcasts out there, quite frankly.
can figure out the name once we finish this first episode, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we can figure out the name once we figure out what a train wreck this is going to be. Because I already
Ah,
feel like 75% less confident than when I click record right now.
I
So
think
it
that's
means
the
things are
point.
going great.
Yeah, it's going fantastic.
Hey, as long as you're feeling good, then I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Hell
Always
yeah.
feeling good with you.
But this is great, being able to kind of just decompress, chat up with a dear friend of mine, and kind of just shoot the shit. Maybe I'll
Hell
bleep that in
yeah.
post. We'll see. Um,
Nah,
so yeah, I guess
keeping
like
it
just to
that.
move on to the next thing. No, we can talk about us. So like how? Actually, no. Let's not talk about us. Let's talk about you. You're the guest.
Oh
Let's talk
man,
about
talk
you.
about me. What do you
So
want to
like,
know?
give me I don't know, just give me like the brief rundown of your upbringing. Like if you did a like a 3-minute video for GQ Men's Magazine, give me a rundown. Like who is Louis Cabantac? Where'd he come from? What's his upbringing like?
Wow, that's a good question. You know, I'm feeling a little less confident now because now I feel like I'm gonna be placed on the spot this whole time. But
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
just
make
want to
sure.
stop talking, so I pass the baton over to you so I can
I
listen
love it.
more.
So now it's time for me to start talking. Well,
Yeah.
upbringing, I'm a SoCal kid at heart, so I've grown up in Southern California all my life, almost 30 years of it, but 27 now. I grew up as an only child. My parents had me at a really late age, so I'm very blessed to have been born into a very loving Filipino household. As the story goes, my parents were immigrants of the Philippines, so they came over in the 70s. Originally settled in Chicago, actually. I'm not sure if you knew that about my
Oh,
parents.
really?
Yeah. So they first
Huh.
moved over here in the 70s in Chicago, and they always tell me the story. It's they came with I think $50 in their pocket and a free plane ticket, which they had to pay later, which was at the time Pan Am's like promotional deal, like fly now, pay later. And so yeah, they came with $50 in their pocket. Just finished nursing school, didn't know what the heck they were doing, and kind of figured it out. So I think my upbringing kind of surrounded that mentality of just working hard and to fulfill the American dream. And I guess we're gonna go into that topic later. But
I
at
mean,
the
if you want
time,
to,
I guess we could. But
we could.
yeah, that's why. And I don't know if you can. Well, in the background, I'm sure this is just gonna be audio, but I have this like poster of. That's why it really spoke to me when I saw it at Home Goods, sponsored by TJ Maxx and Home Goods. It says, "Work hard and be nice to people." That's kind of what I try to do with myself, you know. Especially going to a university that we both went to that I didn't think I was going to get into or think I was smart enough to get into, right?
Which I'm actually repping
UC
right now,
Heck
surprisingly.
yeah, UCLA, go Bruins for life. Yeah, just working hard and I think just being nice to people is kind of what I want to live by, and that's really reflective of what my parents did when they first came over from the Philippines, especially as immigrants, knowing a limited amount of English, et cetera, et cetera. So my upbringing was really all about that, and especially growing up as an only child, I didn't really have that, I guess, social context at home. So I really had to practice, if you will, at school and
Feel
everything
you,
like
yeah.
that. But yeah, as a child, it was really nice. I was blessed. I went to Catholic school all my life. So
I was gonna say something, but I can't right now.
I mean, hey, you can just edit that and post. It's
It's
all good
true.
to go. But yeah, so I went
This
to
this video
Catholic
is sponsored
school.
by the Vatican.
Yes, yeah,
So
especially go Pope. What's his name now? Benedict. I don't even know what his name now is. Oh no, it's
Pope Benedict
That's how
Cumberbatch.
good of a Catholic I am because I don't even know our Pope's name. But
That's just how humble the Pope is. He doesn't need to promote himself.
no, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Actually, the Pope right now is pretty dope. Like he's probably the best one I think we've had, just in terms of his openness to science and the LGBTQ community. Like he's just very. Whereas before it'd be denounced. You know what I mean? Now he's like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Now he's
like,
got like a
oh,
few more sold out shows than the last Pope.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hoping for a sellout crowd, but COVID hit, and then now there's no crowd. So,
No.
um,
Pope's like, nope. COVID.
COVID,
Yeah.
COVID. But yeah, and fast forwarding to now, like I met the host of this show, Mr. Marquez, over at UCLA, and I guess we can go through our story later too. But yeah, he's been a great friend to me since then, and I think truly he's my best friend. So it's gonna be a lifelong friendship for sure, for sure.
Ah, that's perfect because you're the love of my life. It'd be
Oh
really awkward if that
man,
was not the case.
oh
Like it'd
shoot,
be
I should
really
have had
awkward. I
that
mean, if it
ring
was
that's on
one
there.
sided.
Oh yeah, it would be
Yeah.
really weird. It's definitely three-sided, if you know what I mean.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. 3-pronged. Uh, but
Yeah, like a tripod.
yeah, like a tripod. Uh, cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot here that we're gonna edit out, but we'll uh,
Yeah.
we'll retain as
I
much as
mean,
we can.
who knows? You'll
Yeah.
have a raw
By the
version
way,
on
this is going to be a
OnlyFans.
film podcast. I'm going to put it on YouTube.
Oh
So I'm
man, I should
really,
have dressed
I'm really bummed
nicer,
that you don't have the camera just like shot from like the waist down.
and I should have spruced up the place. It's kind of boring. You have Baymax back there. You have the
That's fine.
Target
Well, you
dog.
can
You
like
have
refer to your home good
Todd.
sign that you already plugged earlier, so that's dope. You got that.
Bam,
You already got that
bam.
going
If
for
it's not
you.
in reverse,
It's probably gonna be reverse.
it's all good.
It's all good. I will say though, this
And
is like a nice opportunity for you to flex your new apartment. Flex
oh
your new
yeah, I'm just
apartment and
gonna.
flex at 85 degrees.
All this
Because
tape
honestly, we
recording.
are hurting for sponsorships right now.
Yeah. So what do we have so far? We have Home Goods and TJ Maxx. We
We
have
got the Vatican,
the Vatican, and now we have 85. So if
85.
you open this, we have half a brioche left.
Is it the same half a brioche that you were eating prior to Fortnite last night?
That's correct. Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'll probably have this for breakfast tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, that brioche life, guys, it's really good.
Dude,
Oh
I'm about that
man,
brioche life.
I
Haven't
love
made
brioche.
brioche in a long time. Do you just
It's
like
hard.
lift your desktop monitor and carry it around with you?
I have so much crap. If you could
Nah,
see the
don't do
amount of
that.
crap that's on my desk, like I have so many wires coming out of it, I could do this. Yeah.
You just tilt your desktop.
That's it. That's it. That's all I
That's
can do.
fine. That's okay. If you like take a photo of it later, I can just like overlay it
Like,
in the video.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
do something like
sure.
that.
I can send you like a quick, like little pan. We'll do a little pan.
Yeah, that works. Fix
Yeah.
that in post.
60 FPS, 144p, you know?
Oh
Frame
yeah.
rate's fantastic quality wise. It's down the drain, so.
Yeah. Imagine like how confusing of a video that would be.
How would that even look? It's just
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
it's so smooth, but it's blurry. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Like, man, that was the craziest slow-mo fight sequence. Too bad I couldn't see
Yeah. It's just pixels, just, oh, it's the smoothest pixels I've seen on
Yeah,
camera.
I want to see Inception in 144p, but
Oh,
60 frames per second.
we can make that happen on our old little TV if you want.
Dude, hell yeah. Uh,
Oh, man.
well, I
Yeah, I
think
don't
this
know what else
podcast
to
off to a
talk.
great start. We're already like got a ton of smatterings going.
Oh, good. Yeah, I really didn't know what the heck to talk about. I kind of just went through my early days.
It's
But
great. We're
hey,
figuring it out as we go.
figuring out as
Yeah.
we go.
We've talked about this topic like in a few different iterations, but I want to get your take again in terms of like what it was like meeting me initially versus like where we are now.
It's night and day, you guys. You have
Yeah,
no
it's night and
idea.
day. I feel like we have similar um ways of telling it, but I like hearing your way of telling it.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, it's funny because technically we could have. The funny thing is we should have been friends that whole time.
Yeah.
Like that's the funny part of it. But I know him initially. My first impressions was just this long-haired, Filipino dude trying to promote his theater company, improv group, really cool a cappella group all at the same time. So he's just really involved guy. But I never really said hi because one, we were in choir together, but he was in a different section. So he was a bass, right? And I was in the tenor section, so my voice is a little bit higher than the bass. But that's kind of there was already a physical
Yeah.
separation between us. Whereas I think if we had the same voice range, it would have been a much quicker turnaround in terms of like when we became official friends, right?
Yeah.
Um, but actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I mean, well, we know this, but we got closer together. I think starting junior year, right? And
Yeah, it was
we
junior year when things
just
like started clicking.
yeah, just started hanging out, and especially when I joined like PCN, which is like the Filipino Cultural Night over at the school. Like that year, especially senior year, is where we like really hit it off. Like we
Yeah.
started hanging out a lot. Filipino class too, like that was dope. Um, yeah, and I think we so essentially, long story short, we evolved from being really shy to one another, being like, "Oh, hey man, what's up? How's it going? Oh, good. How are you? Like, oh, not bad. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
you
went
gotta
from
hook."
that to me just trying to steal you from your girlfriend. You know?
Exactly.
Just the
Yeah. Just
usual trajectory.
yeah. Again, it's just night and day. It went from really awkward to just being good.
Yeah.
Really,
Oddly
really
enough,
good.
I think Filipino class was the catalyst, which is odd
Yeah.
saying because we weren't in the same Filipino class together. We made mutual friends through Filipino class,
Yeah.
which is why we ended up connecting in junior year.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of just like went off from there.
That's actually a good point. That's
Yeah.
true. It wasn't really a direct connection. It was more of a happenstance, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's interesting because we had made the same mutual friends. We just weren't friends until junior year.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
now those mutual friends I don't really even talk to very much.
that's
So
true.
ain't that funny? That
Thanks,
is
UCLA.
love it. Here we are now.
Now, for those of us that know us, I think obviously one of the biggest bonding factors of us is music. And so, on the topic of music, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely want to touch base on that with you, given that, aside from singing and performing, it's always great just to talk about the concept and the space of music as a whole. So, I'm sure it kind of started in a similar place as it does for most of us in the Filipino community. But where did or really when did music start becoming more of a forefront thing in your life?
Oh, that is a great question. I'll start off by saying I always, as you know, every Filipino household has got a magic sing, right? So that's
Oh,
our
you
fourth
know,
sponsor now.
yeah.
But I always grew up singing, and my go-to song was "A Whole New World" from Aladdin.
Yeah.
And I think I told you this story already, but I remember as a kid, right? You're going through puberty, and so the night before I was practicing because we were gonna have like this party or whatever the next day. So you're gonna have your titos and titas over. You gotta impress them, right? You gotta show them up.
Yeah.
And so I was practicing. I was hitting
Gotta make that
jazz
money, you
notes.
know? Gotta make that
Yes.
party money.
Heck yeah, get those pesos, you know what I'm saying? So and so I was practicing, right? Oh, I was hitting those jasmine notes real well, and then the next morning, try to run up the song again. Oh shoot. My voice was like this.
You lost
Oh,
your
here we
moneymaker.
go. Oh man, I don't know what happened. And so I think that's when I really realized like, man, I want to make sure I can sing more. And I think that was the first thing I told myself as a kid. Like, man, I thought I was pretty decent then. I wanna kind of try to practice more. But what really kind of pushed it forward for me, and I'm sure it's the same for you, was high school. That's where I really started performing a lot more on stage. I did theater shows starting my sophomore year all the way up through my senior year. I was the lead role in a lot of them, so you know
Oh, must be nice.
the only Asian guy. I usually win. So
Must
I
be nice
won
being a
again.
6 foot Asian guy. Tell me about it. How's the weather like up there?
It's hot, man. Don't come up here.
Well, don't worry, I'm staying down here.
No, perfect.
Yeah. If there's anything that's still gonna be like a degree of separation, it's gonna be 6 inches. If you know what I
Oh,
mean.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long that is.
Oh,
Anyway,
same here.
so
Okay.
yeah, I think that was really again, using your word earlier, the catalyst because I was doing theater and that I fell in love with performing through then. During high school too, even right before, our friend Stephen Dollinger, he had a company called the Youth Cultural Arts Foundation, and I did a couple of talent shows with him. So performing on a competitive level at a really young age and actually winning some money off it, I was like, oh snap, this could actually be a viable, because you win
Oh,
first
really?
place.
You competed and won money?
Yeah, I did.
Dang. Like all I remember is you like made a video, I think. It was like a YouTube video. I want to say it was like for TFC or
Oh no, that's like a separate one. That's a
that was
separate one.
okay.
That was
That's the
like
only
an
thing
audition or
I remember
something.
that you've done that's like somewhat related.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the that competition, like back in the day when I was young, like I won money off it. I think it was like 500 for like first place and like 300 for second.
Oh,
So I
dang. Yeah. For
won.
a little kid, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
was like, oh man, I can like this could legitimately be something I want to do. I mean, obviously I'm not pursuing it now, but back then that was like my thought process. I was like, oh man, people actually will pay you to do something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
So combination of doing theater in high school and then performing, I guess you can call it competitive level, but like a talent show, right?
Yeah.
A talent show amongst other talented kids and
A talent show with funding.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And really just bonding with other people, I think helped too because in high school you were surrounded by people who actually liked doing theater. And it was amazing because my senior year, one of my really good friends, he was an all-star football player, right? He was on the varsity team. They were winning games, but he actually was like, "Yo, I want to kind of want to do theater." And we were all so surprised, right? You can imagine. And so he did a show with me our senior year. His name is Tim, and he played the flamboyant devil in shoot, whatever the show was called. But he was the flamboyant like devil person trying to persuade me into doing to like pursuing my passion in that show or whatever, kind
It's
of like
not Little
stealing
Shop
your
of
soul.
Horrors.
No,
It's
it's an 80 I forget the title now. God, it's away from me. But I mean I think the point here is that I think theater has a way to bring people together and that's what really kind of pushed my love for music forward. I think it was the community and I just really enjoyed it. I think it was something that I thought I wanted to do in back at least back then, and it's still something I do. Obviously, not professionally, but definitely is a great way to bond together with somebody else.
yeah.
We've
Very
really
true.
grown close with that, but also keep in touch with those that we did perform with. So that was yeah, that was kind of my story there for you.
No, thanks for sharing, dude. I
Yeah.
definitely learned a lot more. Didn't realize you basically were a American, young TFC competitor in a way. It's all
I
those
don't even
TFC kids
remember
do.
what
Like they
that's.
compete for money.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
video. I'm not sure if it was for a competition or an audition piece, but I put it out there for whatever reason. So nothing came of it though, but it was
Hey,
fun to
I
learn
mean,
a
I
Filipino
got a
song.
lot of enjoyment out of it, so a lot came of
Ah,
that.
yeah, and that was in the beautiful beloved blue room that I grew up in.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, like with
yeah.
musicals, I mean, we could definitely like spend a long time talking about that. I don't want to like take up too much time with this podcast because
Hmm.
people got short attention spans.
Yeah, they can watch it
Um,
at 2x speed. That's fine, right?
yeah, you can do that. So yeah, on the topic, if you were to be in any musical, which musical would it be and which role?
Oh,
We're talking about like
ooh.
Broadway, like not touring around, just like on Broadway.
Honestly, and I know it's probably gonna be cliche, but dude, Dear Evan Hansen is like top right now for
Yeah,
me.
that's not
People are gonna
cliche.
say Hamilton and stuff, but like honestly, I think that show hit me in other ways that other shows didn't, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. I think
be Evan
I would love
or
to play Evan. I would love to play just the awkward, because I was kind of like that too. Because I was only child, I was kind of an introvert growing up, so kind of why theater helped me to be a little bit more outgoing, kind of
yeah,
just put yourself out there on stage. But yeah, before I was just like this awkward kid, like not knowing what I wanted to do, not really talking to people. So yeah, I think that would be the show, man. And just the songs on that show, it just make me cry.
yeah. That
Ugh.
one's a very well written show
So
from
good.
front to back, script to music. Um,
So good.
yeah, I can't stop playing that record.
I
That
know,
soundtrack.
and
It's a
it doesn't get
solid
old.
soundtrack.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. It's a jam, dude. I need to learn the stuff on keyboard.
I mean, like you got time. We're in quarantine, dude.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I know it's a little bit difficult, but I'll learn it. I'll learn
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah,
good
I can
stuff.
definitely see you being an Evan. At least like
Yeah.
vocally, like you fit the range like just fine.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
I
mean,
mean,
honestly,
looks
most of the
wise.
dudes they tend to be baritones anyway. So
Oh, really?
I think they
Jordan
do.
Fisher, Barrett. Oh. They hit some like high A's and B flats though. That's pretty high, even for a tenor.
For Evan's part?
Yeah, like
Really?
yeah, they hit some pretty high notes.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
feel like they're at least a 10, like a 10
like
or
a Barry
2 easily.
tenor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like they're
Huh.
not like a pure tenor.
Oh,
If you
no.
listen to like Ben Platt, when he performs, he has to do like a few things in order to get up or like to prep
Mm.
himself to hit the higher notes.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can
That's
like
true.
slide up there naturally. So yeah, you could
Yeah.
definitely do it.
Yeah, that'll be a roll.
Okay.
That'd be
So if
cool.
not Dear Evan Hansen, which musical do you think has the best soundtrack?
Oh.
Because this would go like a
Hmm.
lot of different directions. But I'm
This
curious
could
what you
go in a
think
lot
is
of
the one
different
that has the best soundtrack.
directions. Not gonna lie, I also really like Catch Me If You Can.
You did tell me that.
I think it's because my style of even just like writing or piano style, if you will, is very like pop. I don't know what the style. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
very pop, catchy, singer songwriter esque.
Yeah.
Not that like traditional Broadway stuff is wrong, like Hello Dolly and stuff like that. But I just really like the modern sounding pop versions
Yeah, it's like pop
of
piano rock.
yeah, pop piano. I don't know. For some reason, I guess that's what my brain really likes, and all the serotonin starts coming firing off. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Catch Me If You Can it's underrated. I don't think people talk about it enough, but I really like Aaron on all his tracks. Maybe just because I relate to that kind of vocal range. I'm like, oh, I can sing that
Yeah.
if I try.
That makes sense though, yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be my second one. I love listening to both of those. Yeah, for
Hell
sure.
yeah. So if you
Good
were to
question.
write a musical about anything, what would that musical be?
Oh, I think you already know the answer to
I already
that
know the
question.
answer. I just want more people to know about it. I
Yeah,
want
so I've
more people
been
to know about it so we actually commit to writing something about
all
it.
right. So for the past, what is it, 5 years now, we've been joking around about this, like
Yeah.
like that style. See, like pop rock,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. But I kind of want to write. Now, there's a piano down here, by the way. You can't really see it, but never mind. It's
Okay.
all good. But here it is.
We're gonna like reinsert the same pan
Bam.
from like a previous section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. There it is. So we kind of hooked it up. Just for you, I had to rearrange my furniture. Gosh, fatality, Scorpion. uh, That was
If
a I
not
clipped.
musicals, I would love to hear you be like in an animated film or an animated short.
I thought about doing voice acting because I definitely don't have the face for Hollywood, but I think I could do some witty character voices.
No, yeah, definitely.
Like I
You
feel like it
have
could be
strong animated voice, like not just animated in terms of you could like add it to an
like
animated character,
quirky
but you can tell a
characters.
story with your voice. You can emote with your voice, which I think is very important for a voice actor.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Wow,
No,
that's
of
really nice
course.
of you.
I just like hearing your voice, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as much as I hate it, I love hearing your voice.
Anyway, so going back to what kind of
Yeah.
we're writing, quote unquote, I don't know. I really don't even know how the hell the lyrics came about, but it's gonna be a musical about a farmer who's also a magician.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I've gotten, dude. I don't know if he's trying to impress his dad or something, or he wants to be like a magician. Actually, he could be this kid who's grown up in a small town as a farmer, and his family wants him to take over the business, but he really loves magic, and
That
so it's
could be
gonna be
it.
a
All we
oh
know is that it's gonna be Farmer Magician, and
yeah,
that it'll be based in Nebraska.
absolutely, because I've
Yeah,
had firsthand
not Omaha, but
experience.
we like just outside of Omaha, to
Okay,
where like
I
he'll
don't
be
know any.
like developing his passion, like
Yeah,
in like the fields.
yeah, he's majoring in agriculture, is what he's
Yeah,
doing right
and
now.
like
Yeah.
his like big break potentially is in Omaha because that's like really the only place they have a stage where he can perform.
Right, so they've got to travel in the city in their old 1965 Ford from the farm, right? And
Yeah,
so,
and when he
uh,
like of course with the first term of the story, like he actually gets like, Ma, I got the win. Want to
yeah.
fly me to Las Vegas? Well, Omaha's got an airport, so I can fly to Las Vegas.
So it's like,
Yeah, and like the
Mom?
sun is it's 4 a.m. Sun's coming up while mom's making
Oh,
breakfast.
yeah, he's like in the bed yawning. Oh, it's a beautiful morning on the farm. I'm practicing my card tricks to show my friends on the farm. I don't know.
There's something there. There's something there.
I know. You
There's
just have
something
to.
there.
We have to refine the lyrics of that. It's just.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just. I
We can
crack
make it.
myself
Okay, we
up
can make it
because of how
work. Like the
stupid
performing
it's.
card tricks. Like we can't just start off with that. It'll be like the second verse because the first verse, like you're setting up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah,
getting to
yeah.
know the kid. Like who is this kid?
Uh,
Where are they? We know he's waking up. We could like do like a
wait,
whole 2-hour podcast about this.
wait, can't,
no,
can't even do it. I crack myself up because I know it's gonna be so good but so bad at the same time.
it's okay. It's all good.
Dude, and oh man, we're gonna look in the future. We're gonna be accepting our Tony. Like, man, we just did this.
We actually did this. The people at home, this is actually the most progress we've made, at least in the past 6 months.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
We've only
because like
we
the
started that I'm a
previous
farmer,
4 years,
but I'm also a magician.
yeah,
That's all we got.
it's just been that. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Oh my god.
Hey, we're gonna in due time. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in due time.
That could be an opening song.
Yeah, that'll be an opening song.
Oh, he's waking. He's waking up. Exterior lighting.
Yeah.
Light 27 and go. Stage manager, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. Yes, son. I have something to say. All right. Well, spit it out, young man. Um, I, I don't want to take over the business. The did you say? We probably won't keep that part in, but it's a start.
No. Okay, we can keep that. We're gonna keep that.
All
If
right, all right.
if the Book of Mormon can get away with all
Oh,
the shit they say, then we can
damn.
at least make that
That
slide in
that
the
was like
musical.
that was like pre-2020. We gotta, kind of watch. But
That's still
true.
fine. Yeah.
I think it's still fine. I think it's still fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm keeping notes of all
figure
this,
out
by the way.
something. Oh, good.
Hell yeah. Well, like this unintentional. Well, I was thinking about like podcasts, like segments and things to do. I was getting various ideas from other podcasts, filmed in audio, and oddly enough, this kind of segues into a section that I want to do called Song Association because I'm ripping it off of another series.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah,
All right.
which is also why I asked you to tee up a piano, just because I kind
Ah,
of wanted to
dang.
torture you a little bit.
I don't want to do that anymore, man.
But hey, you know what? This will help us, flex our songwriting muscles, get our creativity going. Just get us in the mood. I think the Farmer Magician helped tee us up in general. It's a nice warm up. So yeah, let's try a few things. The first word is actually I should time this also. You got 10 seconds to
Wait,
think
so
of
remind
something.
me. So how do I do this? You say a word, and can you
Yeah.
just remind me of like the rules and stuff?
Oh yeah, I should probably go to the rules. That's very important.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole point of
I'm just
song
gonna do whatever
association
then.
is I'm gonna say a word, and upon hearing that word, you have 10 seconds to think or play a song that has that word in the lyrics. It can be any part of the song. Could be like in the verse, could be in the chorus. It doesn't really matter, just as long as the word
It
is said in the lyrics.
it has to be a real song.
Has to be a real song.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The only leeway you have is if it's potential lyrics for our Farmer Magician musical.
Okay, so then I'll just go from there. All right,
Yeah.
let's
So
try it out.
we're killing two birds with one stone. One, getting
Yeah,
podcast content, then two, making some headway with our musical.
man,
Cool.
it's exciting.
So
All
got
right,
10 seconds on the clock. The first word, starting super easy. Love.
love.
Yeah.
Um, um,
Uh,
I love you. You love me. Na 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 na.
okay.
That's it. That's all.
No, that's good. Party song. That,
Yeah.
that works.
I don't know what key I was doing. I was like, ah. Okay.
I also realized this after suggesting it to you. I wanted to see you figure out how to play songs in different keys.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I don't know where to start.
Yeah. And I realized this too while watching a few episodes of where this thing comes from. It's like, oh, I get why most of these people don't play along with it. It's because they can't actually play music. They can
Yeah.
sing, but they can't play instruments. The one
I
dude that
mean-
definitely can is like Jacob Collier, and he's,
Oh my
a
God,
genius
screw that guy.
in our generation.
Yeah. Also, I can't really play either, so I don't know what I'm
Okay.
doing.
Hey, like I said, I just want to torture you a little bit.
I know it's making me sweaty here a little bit.
So next word is night.
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 Oh. Um. Silent night. Holy night.
Okay, that works. Silent night. Christmas.
You
We're Filipino. It's the start of the burn months, so we're chilling.
There you go. All right.
Speaking of the burn months, did I tell you that Sebastian, my little brother, he's been listening to Christmas music and drinking hot cocoa since the top of September?
Yeah. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, my mom called me the other day. He's like, yeah, like Sebastian, he's really looking forward to Christmas. He's already been watching the Polar Express. He's boned up with his hot cocoa. Like, why is he drinking hot cocoa? It's like 110 degrees in Fresno right now.
I was gonna say it's so hot. He's ready though, yo. Come on.
He's ready.
He's ready.
And also, thank God for AC. He can do that in peace.
True that. True
Uh,
that.
It's going to get a little bit harder now. Next word
How does already hard? What are you talking about? Okay.
is dream. Dream.
Dream.
Yeah.
Dream on! Dream on! Oh, that's not too high. Hold on, let me do it lower. I can't even do that. Dream on! Oh, I didn't even reach that note. Hold on.
What note's it supposed to be?
Dream
on! Dream on!
Dream on! Oh, I don't know. I think I was doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was trying.
You're trying to like...
Dream on, dream on, dream on. Yeah.
Okay, so we got that one out of the way.
Oh,
Don't worry, we're
shit,
almost to the
that's
end.
So bad.
No, we'll make it like a little bit easier again because that was a bit of a stretch. Apologies on my part. Again, I'm a novice at this whole thing.
Yeah, I like a little bit of a stretch. What?
Oh hell yeah. Stretching is good.
Yeah.
The second to last one, if I can tee that up, is kiss.
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 Kiss. Oh God, I'm blanking. Shoot.
3,
Kiss.
2,
Oh shit.
1.
No, man.
Ah, dang. I was
I
hoping
don't know
like
why
you
that.
I was hoping you'd seen like "Kiss on a Rose" by Seal.
Oh shit. No. I really was blanking on that one.
This kiss.
Oh, that would have been a good one. I don't know why I was blanking on that one.
This is a pretty hard game because you're put
Yeah.
like under pressure.
Yeah, but plus I'm also trying to think, oh man, where am I gonna start on the piano?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just a really horrible person for making you do this.
Yeah, well, now we have sound effects, so there you go.
Thanks. Yo, you want to make the theme song for this thing?
I mean, sure.
Hey, you're laughing now. I'm going to clip that and add it to the beginning of every podcast. So thank you for
Oh,
free
you're
labor.
welcome.
Uh,
Hey, there you go. We'll just have always someone doing the sound effects on here, you know?
cool. And then on topic of free labor, the very last word of this whole segment
Topic
is
of really
work.
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 Work. Uh, work. You like to work. I'm on a farm. I work too much. I just want to practice my hand skills with my mom. I don't know. I diverted to an easy because I didn't know what the hell to sing. So
It's okay. I mean, I think that's a great way to end that segment anyway.
perfect. Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of full circle.
Yeah,
Whew.
full circle.
Bruh, it's sweating out
Yeah,
here,
I'm sweating
dog.
too. I didn't realize how long it not necessarily like how long, but like how taxing it can be to do a podcast. And I think like we're only like
Yeah.
half an hour in, maybe 40 minutes.
Oh wow. I mean, honestly, I will
Yeah.
say it doesn't feel like it, but
Oh no, it definitely doesn't feel like it. But then like when you think back and just like look at a clock, you realize, oh, that's why I'm sweaty. That's why I'm kind of panting right now. Makes sense.
yeah, there it is. There it is. We'll have to put the drum beat. Here we go. Here we go.
The drum beat. Um, yeah, I think we like covered a lot of bases. I think the people like know you and I guess by extension me a little bit better now. I guess before we wrap up for like the end of this first podcast episode, is there anything you want to ask of me while we still have these viewers
Oh,
slightly dialed in?
if
I think
you
that'd
were
be like
to
another
have
cool thing to do too. Like just flip it on the
the
interviewee to
host,
ask the interviewer.
yeah, if you had to pick any guest in the entire world to have on for your next episode, who would it be and why?
Oh, dang.
Dang! Dang!
If I want to be an ass, I could like just tee up the next guest who's gonna come up after this. I don't know. I want to be an ass. That'd just be me being creative, depending on your perspective. Um, I think the ideal guest, I think dream guest for me would be Conan O'Brien, but because I know he
Oh,
would
nice.
roast me like rather incessantly throughout the whole thing,
Yeah.
I would have to say James Bay, just based
Oh,
off like how he kind of um carries himself in the
yeah.
media. He seems like a very
Yeah.
nice, forgiving dude.
Is he?
Um,
Honestly, I haven't. I think I've ever seen him like speak. I've always just seen him sing. So I'm sure he's a great guy as a
yeah,
person.
I mean, he seems to be like a very swell guy. So
Yeah. Oh,
I think I'd
James
say James
Bay.
Bay. Yeah.
That's a good one. Would you guys jam out on something?
Oh no, I'd be like too embarrassed. I
Oh, he
think
can.
what I would do is I would most of my questions would be, of course, music. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
to like go like too much into like the history of like when you started because I'm sure he gets asked that a lot. I think I'd more so want to dig into his process.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be like the first thing you'd ask him?
Something like kind of base level. So when you start a song, do you start with lyrical concept or is it more so you playing a riff and then branching out from there?
Hmm.
Yeah. Because like it changes from person to person.
Yeah, it
So it'd
does.
be cool to see what exercises or patterns that he goes through in order to like come up with an awesome final product like all of his records.
Yeah, that actually would really be interesting to hear. You let me know when that episode happens because I want to be the sound effects guy. Okay.
Oh hell yeah. You're gonna be sound effects guy, you're gonna be the music dude, music
Ah.
cue guy. Basically you're gonna be a stage manager. You're gonna be
Oh,
stage manager.
perfect. Ah, yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
hell yeah. Well, I think, this podcast it went relatively smoothly. It's not too much of
Yeah.
a train wreck. We had structure to it. We had some laughs. We had some heart to
Yeah.
hearts. I think we covered a lot of good bases here.
We did. I will say I commend you because we really literally right before this just hopped on. So
Yeah.
the fact that we kept this going and we didn't really have any downtime, which is I think one of the biggest challenges in podcasts is carrying conversations. So honestly, that's attributed to you. You did really well. So nice job.
Oh, thanks, dude. I'm just scrambling over here.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Going into
first
this, I
win.
was really worrying about that. I was like, oh, is there gonna be like too much downtime?
Yeah, I
Because
was gonna get too awkward.
I don't want to drag on longer than it needs to.
No, but it was pretty swell to me.
Dude, hell yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully the rest of them go as smoothly, if not smoother than this.
Ooh, I love smooth, just like 144p, 60 frames a second.
Oh hell yeah. Well, well, thanks again, Lucas, for being the guinea pig
Oh yeah,
guest. I was gonna say
my
host. I'm
my
the guinea
pleasure,
pig
you
host.
guys. Hopefully, it wasn't annoying.
No, no, you were lovely. You were eloquent, and you were everything I'd want in a partner and more.
Ah, perfect. Just
Um,
propose me right now. God damn it. What?
oh no, that's private, dude. I can't do that right now. I gotta
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
for
yeah.
Jessica Jenica's blessing.
It's Jessica, her mom. So,
Yeah, I gotta ask both of them their blessing.
copy that. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
got you. Yeah, yeah. Just to make sure.
yeah. Well, cool. Thanks, dude. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for chatting, and I'll see you. I don't know. Want to play Fortnite?
We're gonna play Fortnite.
Cool. Yeah, I'll see you on Fortnite. I'm gonna log on in a bit.
All right.
Cool.
Peace out. Thanks, man.
Business,
Nice
man.
work.
Woo!